going to be an exciting weekend. I am going to a speaking event. Dave was just in here and I was talking to him about speaking events. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, like start to see all these exciting things happening around the country where we're coming out of this whole pandemical thing. And hopefully, soon we can actually go outside without coats on, and also we can ditch the masks. Hello, good morning, Braden. Good morning, Lisa. So I told Dave, I said, I envision this. And he's like, okay. I want to assume that when I start saying stuff like that, he's probably like, what now? I envision this speaking event, Chicago, Illinois. Yes. Yes. And Dave's like, okay. And I'm like, and guess what? I'm going to be in pajama pants. And he's like, okay. And I said, yeah, no, that's going to be my trademark, my logo, my self little thing. And he's like, okay. And I said, yes, I'm going to be the only one at these events where everyone else is dressed to the, like, just right in their like business suits and their like perfect little whatever. And then out comes the lady and she's in her PJ pants and she's sporting some kind of weird t-shirt with the crazy socks. And I'm going to bring it and I'm going to be like, pow. And guess what? You'll never forget. You'll never forget the speaker. You will never forget. So Dave's like, if that's what you want to do. And I was like, it is. I'm going to. Totally. All right. So we're going to talk about goats today. It was really kind of perfect to what I wanted to talk about because I was going to do story time today. So one of my coworkers sent me this hilarious YouTube video. I'm having issues with my own goats. If anyone wants them, I have 3 goats. They are fainting goats. But they are just absolutely in my way. I have 4 horses or something like that. 5, 4, I don't know, 4 horses. And no, there's 5. And whenever I go out to try to work with the horses, the goats are just all over in the way and they're chewing on my clothes and eating my tack. And I'm just over the goats. So if anyone needs some fainting goats, I have 3. Okay. Feel free to message me. So, but because I told my coworker this, he sent me this goat video. And in one of the videos, this is some Aussie guy on YouTube. I'm not going to share the goat video because he has some pretty strong language and I'm not into listening to everyone criticize me for posting this. So I'm not going to share it. But anyway, in one part of it just shows like little clips of goats doing stuff and he's, making fun of them. But this goat is in this pasture with these gigantic bulls and there's 2 of them. And this goat is just taking these bulls on. And I'm going to guess like easily the bulls have to outweigh the goat by like 10 times. I mean, the goat barely makes it up to like this bottom of the bull's body. Like, I don't even know if it's taller than his legs. And this goat is just not backing down. Like he's like full blown ready to just plow this bull into the ground. And of course, if you're watching it, you're like, there's no way the bull, all the bull has to do is basically swish its tail and the goat's gonna, be plummeted into the ground. But this goat is not backing down. And so eventually the bull, they're kind of doing their little thing and like looking like they're going to charge each other. And I'm waiting for this goat to just get it. And the goat doesn't back down and the bull starts backing up. And I'm like, no way, this goat is taking on this bull. And the bull finally turns around and he like runs away. And I thought, man, that's a good like analogy for mindset, right? The goat in his head has it that he can take on this bull. And the bull, even though physically the bull is so much bigger that, physically the bull can absolutely take on the goat 100%, without a doubt, as far as physical ability goes. But the goat has it in his head that he can take on the bull. And so what happens, right? It's all about this goat's mindset. And the bull is like, whoa, I don't know what I'm seeing here, but the goat is basically using, mind over matter, we'll call it, but the bull backs down and runs away. And I thought, wow, how true is that in everything that we do? We put so many limitations on ourselves because we get into the I can't, it shouldn't work. I don't believe it. I don't deserve it. And some of those are like subconscious, right? You don't even know that you have a subconscious little thing hanging out there. When people are like, oh, why is my business not working? Or, whoa, why are these situations not working for me? Yeah, because your subconscious has these like blocks for abundance. And I did this really awesome thing over the weekend where one of my clients had a situation that she was involved in. And we don't tap into other people's energy without their permission because that's a no-no. And we like to focus on integrity and bringing in the power from the higher source. And I'm all into like using this as a beautiful, positive way, right? And so I was like, okay, well, there's lots of people involved in this scenario, but we can't adjust anybody else's energy. But I said, let's adjust the energy around the actual issue, like the actual situation that you have going on. And so I treated the situation like it was a person. Now, if I was like the goat, right, that I'm thinking about this and, the little person pops up on the side and is like, you can't do this. And I'm like, I can. Right. So now I'm being the goat and I'm like, I can do this. I can treat the situation just like it's a person. So the energy around her whole situation that she was working on. Okay. And I treated it like a person and I released energy from it and I replaced it with positive, flowing, vibrant, beautiful energy. And sure enough, the next day she messaged me and said, you're never going to believe what happened. And I'm like, yes. And so everything aligned for her and things that she was waiting for other people to get done so that this process would flow so that it could have a conclusion that she desperately needed for it to have closure. It happened for her. And I was like, beautiful, beautiful. It's all about your intention and what can you accomplish if you get those negative past agreements out of your head. So here we go. I'm going to tell you my little story that happened yesterday. So we have this little colt. His name is Bolt, and he is the horse that I had delivered to the house for Dave for, was it his birthday? I don't remember. Something recently. We had him delivered to the house. Maybe it was Christmas. I can't remember. But anyway, so it's been snowy and yucky and cold. So he's kind of just been hanging out in a little corral by himself so he doesn't get ran over by any of the big mares. And now that it's getting warmer, I need to be able to work with him. And so I told Dave yesterday, I'm like, I really need your help catching Bolt. I've tried a couple times and he's just running around and I can't even get close to him. So Dave's like, okay, cool. So sometimes it's easier when you have two people, you can kind of block them in a little corner and then they'll calm down and yada, yada. But he was having nothing to do with it. He didn't want anyone to get close to him. Dave had a grain bucket. So Dave could kind of get close enough to him that Bolt could eat the grain. And then he was bolting away. So we really needed to be able to put a halter on him. And after we'd been out there for, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, I was like, and it's a little soupy as far as the ground goes. So the horse is kind of sliding around and I'm like, yeah, even if we get a hold of him and get a rope around him, he's going to pull you through the mud. And so I thought maybe we should just wait until it dries out a little bit and then we'll come back and try to catch it. And so the other horses were causing problems too. And then as I sat there, I was like, what if I just connect to Bolt? What if I just connect to his energy and then get him to stop running around? What happens, right? Initially, I'm like, that's stupid. You can't do that. And then I'm like, why can't I? And so I didn't tell Dave. I just, and then I caught myself closing my eyes and I'm like, yo, you're going to get ran over by the horse, right? It's going to come like plow you down. And then Dave's going to be like, what are you doing? And then I would have said, oh, I'm standing here with my eyes closed, right? So I got into my really deep state and I connected to my horse's energy, and I believed in myself like the goat. And I thought, okay, calmness, release anxiety, releasing fear, releasing emotions that are making this horse run around. Like, I just connected with him and I felt it. And I don't even know that I can necessarily explain to you exactly what emotions the horse was having. I just felt it and released it. And then I stood back and I watched Dave put the halter on him. And I was like, that just happened. Right? And so Dave caught him and then he settled right down. And I was like, and so I told Dave, I'm like, I know you're going to think I'm really crazy, but, and probably when that happens, he's like, I don't think that anything anymore is crazy. But I told him, like, I just connected to the horse and I just, with intention, released whatever was causing him to be fearful of you. And then when I opened my eyes, you basically had a hold of him and you were catching him. And, you know, I'm not really sure at what point I will stop being baffled by the things that people tell me happen to them or the things that I witnessed myself. But I truly believe that you have the ability to have the mindset to overcome any obstacle that you're working on. It doesn't even matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's physical, if you're physically in pain. It doesn't matter if it's emotional for you. And I want you to think of it this way, okay? Your body is made of this beautiful energy. And when we start getting into a space where we are in this stressed out, emotional feeling of pain and just overwhelmed, the energy in your body is supposed to flow beautifully, just like the blood in your body flows through your veins. And you have all these organs that are doing these magnificent jobs of filtering things out and taking oxygen to places in your body and doing all this metabolic filtering, and then it creates a metabolic waste that your body gets rid of through your breathing, through your excretions and all that stuff, right? So whenever you have a block, and this is the really funny part if you think about how messed up our minds are as far as what we've been taught. If you have a blood clot, right, there is no question, holy cow, you have a blood clot. It's causing problems. In fact, you can die. It can travel to another place. And you know, so we have this, whoa, you got to get this taken care of. But if I told you that you had a clot, and I want you to think of your body also having veins that are associated with the flow of energy. These are called meridians. So your energy is flowing around in your body and you have these beautiful chakras. You have a crown chakra and a throat chakra and a heart chakra, and they're all associated with beautiful things, emotions, and supporting your organs. And you have this beautiful energy that's flowing around in your body. And same thing happens when this energy flow gets blocked. We don't focus on that in Western medicine. So you're going in and you're like, wow, I have all these symptoms. Like I'm feeling sick. I'm whatever. And a Western medicine practitioner is going to be like, oh, well, let's treat the symptom. I'm going to start giving you some medication. And then you're like, nothing's working. And now it's compounding the problem. And basically is what's going on with your body is now you're stressing, right? And now you're having this pain. And now you're focusing on, oh my gosh, I'm in so much pain. And all of these emotions create frequency. And those frequencies start creating blocks in your body. And now is what happens is just like when you get a blood clot, your energy in your body becomes stagnant and it stops flowing. And my friends, this is the reason why we have chronic illnesses where we cannot figure out how to fix them. This is the reason why you're like in a state of, I can't feel anymore. I'm so numb. I don't even know what's going on. This is why we have an issue where you're like, I don't know why, but I just feel sad. I don't even have a reason. I just feel really sad. Because the energy in your body has stopped flowing and it's just stagnant. And so when I get with my clients, one of the first things that I do, and I just really started focusing on this a lot and it's working beautifully, is when I connect, I'm looking through your chakras and I'm starting at the top and I'm going through your whole body and seeing like, where can I see stagnation of your energy? Because we want to get rid of that, because when your energy starts flowing in your body can beautifully fix itself. Your body can beautifully align in areas that are misaligned. Your body can beautifully get rid of the inflammation that's causing your chronic illnesses. And it's just fantastic. And so, you know, that energy pull, it's a beautiful process, beautiful process. So yeah. Okay. Socks. Let's talk socks. We're giving away these socks. What is tomorrow? Tomorrow is the day. We're going to give away these beautiful pink spring socks and also a Blocked Emotions energy healing session where you get to do this beautiful thing that I just talked about with moi. And also you get to have a Healy scan, which is really cool. The Healy scans, and then it helps send these vibrations to you that help balance your body and support all sorts of stuff, from like immune system to emotions to compulsive behaviors to you name it, and it's in there. So yes, and it can all be done over remote. That's the beautiful part of it, is energy has no limits. You can send energy anywhere, and it's completely shown that energy has no limits. Time, just like it doesn't matter. So no matter how far away you are, I've been doing sessions with people in New Zealand, Bangladesh, here in the United States, Canada. Like, it just doesn't matter. There's no limitation to how far you are. It's so fantastic. Okay. So we'll be doing that. If you want to win the socks, all you have to do is share any of my videos and just type that you shared. And that's how you get entered to win. And I'll give these away tomorrow. So today, I mean, I'm totally sporting the, you know, unicorn licking the rainbow. And that's just totally right up my alley. And I found my socks in my drawer that I love, that I think go with this well. So I found my little, these are my, I might actually have a pair of these to give away at some point. These are my little rain cloud rainbow socks. And here's what I love about these. Okay. So you're going to see that even the cloud is smiling. I know that's hard to tell. There we go. The cloud is smiling. Even the rain cloud is smiling. The rainbow cloud is smiling. So we'll use that as a beautiful thought of, even when our life feels very stormy, it's still a beautiful process. Engage in your shadow. Realize that no matter how low or how, you know, horrible life feels, it's still a beautiful process. It really is. Okay, guys, I hope you have a beautiful day. I'm going to go to work and, you know, shed some sparkles on the beautiful people I work with. Lucky them. And I hope you have a beautiful